a big ongoing fight between Ethan Klein and Hasan Piker, or better yet, more his orbiters. Okay, so we're not talking about the lawsuit though. We're bringing up Hasan Piker and an action that he did recently on Twitch, which if this was anybody else, he would get deplatformed, demonetized, and kicked off right away. But because Hasan is a top Twitch streamer, he's been given a lot of favoritism to it. So I want to be clear when I play this video, YouTube. This is a transformative video showing the actions of a very relevant, popular streamer on Twitch and on YouTube doing very questionable actions, such as Hasan Piker doxing and waving a toy gun at the wrong YouTube channel during a live stream. This is going to open up a Pandora's box and will impact the rest of us. So we're going to play this. Folks, brace yourself for stupidity of the highest order.
It's time to crusade Iran and Gaza. Mamdani communist. Let's go to war against the left.
In our
So self-destructive behavior. Twitch does not allow content that glorifies, promotes, or encourages self-harm. We also prohibit activity that may endanger your life, lead to your physical harm, or encourage others to engage in physical harm for behavior. Brace yourself.
Sincerity and actually delivering for the very working people who've been left behind by our politics, compared with what President Trump has been able to do. You know, over the same period of time that I've been running, has been to tell him the last person who couldn't get my name right, we defeated them, and that's what it's going to look like again.
Show me that you don't know anything about gun safety. Okay, now as a former Marine, even if this is a toy gun, when we did training with mock rifles, or either that with our rifles but with no magazine in it or any round in the chamber, and I've explained this to Daniel too, like you have to treat everything that is in the shape of a rifle, a gun, a weapon, as though it's the real thing. So even when we were doing mock training with fake rifles or with our real rifles with no magazine around the chamber, you treat it like it's loaded. You treat it as it is, as a weapon, something that can and will take a life. And if you're stupid, it will take your life too. Now, this is a toy gun that he's brandishing around here, but this is beyond stupidity and encourages more people to be stupid. And the internet has shown how stupid people can be with weapons.
Okay, fair enough. As you may or
Oh, you found his account?
Today, I will show you 3 ways you can use your smartphone.
Wait, this is the guy?
First thing we want to do is download the YouTube VPN app, which we can do through the first link in the description.
Now, first of all, this is the wrong guy that he's going after and threatening to dox. Violence on Twitch is taken seriously and is considered a zero tolerance violation. Oh, yeah, really? And all accounts associated with such activities on Twitch will be indefinitely suspended. Bullshit, especially with the earlier actions of nuisance criminal streamers like Johnny Somali and everybody else until enough pressure came down, right?
Fuck are you gonna do, bro? Write a petition? Let's do a crusade, he says. Let's do a fucking crusade, he says. Let's hang Hasan and Mamdani for treason, he says. The fuck are you gonna do? Go on a fishing expedition? Try to fucking put malware in my phone? Is that what you're gonna do? You skinny bitch. Ugly ass. That's not him, it's this.
Hey, yo, dead ass G, my bad, pimp. That's just what happened when you a motherfucking real ass boss.
Does he even show his face in it?
Ping for US servers is kind of high, or there is.
Oh no, it's even worse. It's even worse.
Mastermind Hour says, you treat a gun like your stepfather, probably loaded and likely to go off. You know, again, weapon safety, even if it's, again, when we did training, when I did training with my company, my platoon or squad, you know, when we were doing actions, we listened to our team leaders, our squad leaders, our platoon sergeants, our platoon commanders, treat every weapon as if it's loaded. Even the fake plastic rifles, treat them like they're loaded. Treat them like they're loaded. Treat them as they are weapons when we're doing training. Even when we were doing sim rounds or even firing blanks, treat them like they're loaded as what they are.
Fucking dude. who is advocating to this fucking dude who's advocating to hang me for treason is mad at me, okay?
Will security tips. Thank you for this one. When someone hands you a weapon, even a demilitarized one that has been made incapable of firing, you still check the chamber when the magazine well is empty. Absolutely. All right. You don't want to do an Alec Baldwin. Oops.
Mad at me and doesn't realize that he already got side-wided. Oh, yeah, they already got fucking clapped, hanged.
All right, so Twitch staff simultaneously instantly bans anyone who insults Hasan, while also does nothing when he doxes and threatens a chatter with a firearm live. Now, again, that was a fake firearm in front of an audience of 30,000 people. This is all explicitly forbidden in the terms of service. So, why am I talking about this? Well, first of all, this YouTube, Twitch game, Kick game is starting to get out of hand, especially with what happened with Liver King and Joe Rogan, but also it's been getting out of hand for a very long time. So, why is this relevant? Why am I talking about it? It's not just clicks and views. It's about stuff that I've been bringing up, and especially some of these dumb, larger content creators who have been given all the figgy pudding and have got this mindset and think that they're invincible and that their actions can do no harm, okay? Look, Hasan's got that glorious favor from Twitch. The man is protected by Twitch, okay? Twitch loves him. The Twitch CEO had him and his staff sing to him happy birthday. Now, I'm all for free speech. I really am. I am. And, you know, there might be some things that I could agree with Hasan in regards for progressive policies, but I mean, I keep him so far away from me because of his actions, especially during 2021 with Force to Vote, March for Medicare for All, the 3-day General Strike Summit meeting, which RBN called out Hasan, which he never really did respond back about, hey, doing a General Strike Summit meeting. Hasan never did that, right? I mean, RBN called him out for that. You know, this is the same Hasan Piker going to bat for Democrats or use that at playing video games with Democrat politicians. But I got to be clear on this, all right? If this was any other content creator on Twitch, they would be instantly banned. All right? Now, I'm not calling for censorship or suppression, but this is going to open up Twitch now, which is owned by Amazon, a whole bunch of other legal problems, because now, if nothing is done by this, which Hasan has broken terms of service a few times, even stupidly remarking or use it at stating a harm or demise to not one but two U.S. politicians, one being a House representative, the other one being a U.S. senator. You know, this can have some blowback effect on other platforms too, like YouTube, like Twitch, like Kick. And as I have covered before, and as another channel, Clownfish TV, brought up, about how YouTube is systematically pushing out original independent content creators, especially those in independent media, the news sphere. That's how we're going to get pushed out, because of dumb actions like this, all right? Because everyone's going to be witnessing the double standard that Twitch has for Hasan. Now, when you start doxing somebody and waving a firearm, in some countries that's illegal to do, all right? And it's going to open up a whole can of worms. So let's talk about this. So Twitch commentator Hasan Piker landed himself in a questionable situation during a recent live stream when he mistakenly identified and put the wrong YouTube channel on blast while waving a toy gun around. It all happened after Hasan came across what he thought was a threatening comment in his Twitch chat. Viewers said the message included language suggesting that hang Hasan for treason. Look, everyone, I have gotten threatening messages too before. Myself and Daniel have dealt with this for 8 years. 8 years. We deal with a lot of bullshit. Like, there's stuff that Daniel and I don't talk about to you, our audience, because occasionally, yes, we have got some crazy people reach out to us and said some crazy things. But because they're like little gnats, we ignore it. But these are things that we have dealt with. And it comes with this fear, unfortunately. We get a lot of good comments. You know, I mean, the happiest I ever got when reading a comment was when I had one commentator who was a diehard Trump supporter, always calling us a communist, and then eventually warming up to us, say like, hey, there's some things I agree with you guys about. I don't agree with you all of them. And that's the thing. I love seeing that. Hey, I'm okay with having trolls. And yes, I have been called terrible, mean names, but I don't have such thin skin where I say like, "Oh, I'm going to come back after you." No. I roll it off like a real man should. Okay? And Hasan, unfortunately, is one of these thin-skinned people and also does a lot of stupid things that can have blowback on smaller creators. Fired up by the message, Hasan paused his stream to look up what he believed was the commentator's YouTube channel. Going full theater mode, Hasan grabbed a toy gun, which, again, toy guns usually have a marker on it showing that they're a toy gun. Like, why would you even pull out a toy gun? Like, why would you do that? I mean, that's like low testosterone energy right there. Like, I got a toy. Like, I got one of my. I got a sword up there. Do you see me grabbing and be like, I'm gonna own the libs? Like, no. Why? Because I'm an adult. That's why. So Hasan grabbed a toy gun somewhere off camera before coming back to his desk. He then started to wave the fake gun around, showing the YouTube channel to thousands of viewers. Things got awkward when people in the chat quickly point out that the YouTube channel he had put on screen wasn't actually connected to the person who wrote the original comment. Hasan admitted he messed up, but he kept going with his stream without saying sorry or clearing things up for his audience, which you have to do. This isn't the first time Hasan's streaming style has landed him in controversy. The former Young Turks host, now one of Twitch's biggest political voices, has been suspended before over hot takes and is known for going off on chatters, which, again, I have gotten so many trolls in my life, I don't even know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, look, even then, like, I've gotten trolls on Kick before, on Twitch, on X, on YouTube. You let it roll off you. Twitch doesn't allow guns on stream, but toy and prop guns are been in the gray area and are usually reviewed on a case-by-case basis. The platform has caught flack before for not being consistent in how it enforces the rules, especially when big-name creators are involved. What went down is a reminder that having a huge audience means you have to be extra careful. When streamers with tons of viewers mistakenly call out the wrong person, it could lead to innocent people catching heat they don't deserve, even if that wasn't the goal. Even if it wasn't the goal. So why is this important for the rest of us? Because the blowback and the legal questions that can happen to us, especially to us content creators that use these other platforms, mean there could be more enforcement and rules. And this is an opening in which, however Twitch responds to it, or is that the blowback that Twitch responds to this, could also inspire other video platforms to act the same way. Now, I don't see Rumble doing that. Kick, I'm 50-50 on. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, because Kick is trying to clean up its image, especially with the nuisance criminal streamers that were on not only Kick, but Twitch and YouTube. And of course, YouTube is more than happy. It's going to be changing its algorithm sometime in mid-July. So this is a problem. Now, I do want to pull up this video here. This is from Legal Mindset, who has been doing fantastic work. And I encourage everyone to please follow him on all of the social media, because here are some of the legal problems that could come down our way.
Know the breach of contract route. And there are arguments in terms of breaching the contract between the creator and the platform in terms of banning somebody for one type of behavior, whereas you don't ban somebody for another. So you don't ban Hasan for this, but let's say another creator is banned for this. Well, there might be a cause of action open up there. Now, there's a lot of challenges with that. That's a difficult one. But one that's even more interesting and one that is really untested, and in fact, there may be many people looking to test this, is a consumer type action under a private right of action. Every state has their consumer laws, and those laws are sometimes very, very strong. And one thing they protect against is unfair and deceptive practices. And it indeed is a very strong case to say it is an unfair and deceptive practice to benefit some people while punishing others. Because this bias, for example, Hasan bias, is not disclosed anywhere. It's not given out in the terms of service. When you read the terms of service, nowhere does it say everyone will be punished except for Hasan Piker. Everyone will be banned except for Hasan Piker. Or, for example, if you want to be more broad, everyone will be banned except people who share Hasan Piker's political beliefs or affiliations or associations. If that was disclosed publicly, then fair dues, then you can do what you're trying to do. Of course, advertisers may have an issue with that, but legally it wouldn't be as deceptive. But now you're deceiving the consumer, both the people that are consuming the content, that are expecting that their favorite content creators will not be banned, and then seeing them get banned, and deceiving the creators themselves by lulling them into a belief that they can stream on your platform safely and do what they want, just like Hasan. But then they're ultimately punished, and they're punished for a much longer period of time. They're losing a much larger slice of revenue, memberships, subscriptions, etc., affiliate deals than Hasan. So you're able to point to that and say, I have damages because I am being banned for 7x, 10x, 30x, way longer than Hasan, and I can bring this private cause of action for an unfair and deceptive practice on the part of Twitch. And there's a lot of folks that may be opened up for that. So looking at this, real big problem, and would be even a bigger problem if there was a real incident where somebody got into an altercation where there was a threat made like Hasan, and then somebody responded with force. We saw the case of Sin City Manny in Las Vegas, the streamer that responded to taunting and threats of other streamers. People are not beyond responding with violence, particularly in America. That is something in 2025, that's something that could happen, and God forbid that do happen, would be the absolute end of Twitch as a platform. What do I see them doing? They've got to do something against Hasan. Hopefully they give him a longer term ban, more than just 24 hours. But unfortunately, Twitch has been known to be very light on its favorite golden boy. But let me know in the comments below.
So I want to pause here. Now, again, look, I want to acknowledge something. Earl of Laurel says, I think it's funny everyone is getting worked up about a gun on screen when you can just go around the corner and buy one. We're bristling with firearms. We just don't want to see them. LOL. Look, I think that's a perfect response. My issue with Hasan and his actions is that, if this was anybody else, oh man, they would be terminated. But because he is the golden boy on Twitch, he can get away with it. But we have seen with Sin City Manny, of course, that was brought up, but also was Liver King and a lot of other people. There's a lot of unhinged people on Twitch, on Kick, on YouTube. There are people who just go off on the deep end. And then, of course, you have all these incidences going on where people's emotions are high. And then, of course, you have this weird, I guess, parasitic relationship, or is it that fake ideal relationship where these people with millions of followers, a lot of these millions of followers think that they know the person, or is it that would more than happy to do something for their favorite content creator, which is like, look, there's a lot of loneliness out there in the world, and the actions that are said by these content creators could cause some more problems. Now, Twitch being owned by Amazon is in a very interesting spot, and I'm very curious to see how they're going to respond to Hasan. But there could be an incident where something real happens and real people could get hurt. And, this social media game is starting to become not a game anymore. It's starting to become very violent. It is going to probably lead to more censorship, and it could probably also lead to other video platforms like YouTube or anything else to tighten the laws much harder on a lot of other content creators. And I, for one, I'm not excited about that. I've seen firsthand what happens when social media gets purposely targeted by corporate media, by the censorship, by big tech, especially because independent content creators are becoming more popular than the news. Okay. And we saw that with the first and second Adpocalypse, both of which were BS. But now with stuff like this, the punishment may be turned up to 11. So let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think this is a nothing burger? Do you think that this is going to cause more problems? Give me your thoughts. Type in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe, baby.